So here I am, talking to no one. Actually, talking to my phone, but also talking to the future me, the version of me that I want to be, I want to become. Or maybe I'm talking to someone out there who's sitting in a messy room right now, feeling overwhelmed and stuck, and wondering where to begin. This is where I begin with clutter, mental, emotional, physical, all of it. And let me tell you something I realized, and I just now start to believe this myself. Sometimes the easiest place to start untangling our mind is what it's in front of us. Literally, what's in front of us. That pile of stuff in the corner, that box that has never been opened since we moved in, that closet that it's one day apart from collapsing. You know what I'm talking about. We all have those corners in our house. And I'm not saying that cleaning our house will fix our life. Most probably will not. But sometimes making space outside of ourselves really helps to find the space inside of ourselves. Once I heard someone saying something and it really stuck with me. It was something along the lines of everything around you is talking to you. All the objects around you are talking to you. It sounds weird at first. I thought, okay, probably you were just drunk that moment. But no, it actually makes so much sense. And there's no need to dive into alcohol to realize that. Objects are talking to us. That coffee cup that it's sitting on the counter, it's saying, wash me. That pair of jeans we haven't worn in 12 years or in 2 years are saying, yeah, decide already. Are you going to lose that weight or just donate me to someone who needs me? That unopened email says, yeah, I might be important. And that chair that turned into a coat rack, yeah, that one is actually yelling. But all the things that we have around are talking to us in a way or another. We don't realize how loud our stuff is until we take a second to listen. And life is already loud. Let's be real. Life is loud. Personally, with a baby, with a full-time job, a marriage, a move, several moves actually, and also my own overthinking. All those little silent shouts add up. We always think about things as having a purpose in the future. I just keep this because of just in case. Or what if I need this later? Or not throwing baby clothes away because, oh, I remember that day, that love, that tiny version of him or her. There are also boxes of my own clothes that I haven't touched since before pregnancy, even longer than that, since before moving to a new country, which was 6 years ago. And I wonder, will I ever be that person again? Sometimes I keep clothes, and I'm sure we all do, and say, yeah, I will keep it for later, for when I'm going to lose that weight, or when I'm going to be in that style, or what have you. For me, it's mainly, I will keep that later, with filming later when I will be fit, etc. Guess what? It never happens. It keeps staying there, and my body's evolving, and also after the pregnancy, it has evolved even more. Yet I hold on those objects. Who knows why, though? And there is also the clutter we hide. It's not only the visible one, but the one that we hide in drawers. We have drawers of things that don't belong anywhere. Books that I bought when I thought I was going to reinvent myself. I have actually a shelf full of books. It's a very long shelf. in the studio full of books that of self-help. I said like, yeah, I want to be a better person. I'm going to read them all. Guess what? They have never been opened. They're sitting there just looking at me and begging to be open. There are notebooks full of plans I never finished. Every year I buy the new agenda, and yeah, this year I'm going to be committed, and never finished. It's like I'm surrounded by past versions of myself, and they are all asking for closure. Let me be clear, I am not here trying to become a minimalist. I'm not trying to become that person that it's only owning 12 things and folding them into squares and being like so perfect and not having anything in the room. That's not about it at all. This is about breathing, taking a breath. It's about looking around and asking, does this support the version of me I'm trying to become? Not the version of me who I thought I would become. Not the version of me who thought I would become a productivity machine. Going back to those books. Not that version who believed that if I bought this planner, that blender, that book, that pair of pants, I'd finally be okay. But the version of me now. The version of me that it's tired, hopeful, messy, and trying. Does this support me? I started with one shelf actually. I started with one shelf yesterday. One drawer, not shelf. Not because it's special or anything, but because it's the one that I see every morning. It's next to the door. I don't see the content of it, but I know that it's messy. And I dumped everything on the bed. And then I started going through things. There were things there that I didn't even remember I had. And you know what? Cleaning it didn't change my life. But what it gave me, it was those 10 minutes of peace, of feeling in control of my own beep. And those 10 minutes mattered. They were not a lot if you look at the 24 hours that we have, but they mattered. I had a breath. I had a moment where I said, okay, I can let go. Nothing bad is going to happen. And I'm making space for things I need. And I'm making space for the new version of myself that I want to be. Sometimes I think that my mind is like a room. Not like one of those Pinterest perfect, tidy rooms, but more like an attic, with piles of boxes that we don't want to open. That's actually how my mind feels majority of the time. And when my life gets overwhelming, and it does often, I don't need to renovate the whole house. I just need to find a small light switch, turn it on, and see what's there. Maybe decluttering, it's like flipping that light switch. Not to fix everything, but to stop tripping over the same boxes in the dark. So this is where I'm starting, and I'm continuing because actually it gives me a good sense of becoming, of letting go. Letting go is freaking hard, but it's nice. It allows you to become, basically. So if anyone apart from myself and my phone, if anyone is listening to this and you feel stuck, if you wanted to get your life together but you're too tired to begin, if your space looks like your mind and your mind looks like mine, which is like chaos, here's what I want to tell you. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait until you have mapped it all out. Don't wait. Pick one thing, just one, Doesn't have to be the entire drawer. It can be like that shelf in the drawer. It can be that box on the shelf of the drawer, as small or big as you want. Pick just one thing. Take 10 minutes and ask yourself, do I still need this? Do I even want this? If the answer is no, let it go. And let it go not because you are becoming someone else, but because you are giving yourself space to breathe. You're giving yourself space to feel lighter, and you're giving yourself space to heal. As I said before, letting go, it's hard. It's easy with things that we consider to be rubbish, but it's hard. Even when it's just stuff, meaningless stuff. Because sometimes this stuff it's tied to who we used to be, or to who we thought we would be by now. But actually letting go doesn't mean we failed. It means we are ready to make room. Room for the person we are now and the person we're trying to become. Room for a voice, even if it's shaking, to just speak up and say, I'm still here, I'm trying, I'm working towards that person I want to be. So yeah, that's perhaps just a rant of mine, but I really think starting with physical stuff, getting rid of the unnecessary, getting rid of the unwanted, it's probably the easier way to start.